I used to be able to do something. Like, just do it. How much do you want it? If you thought about it enough and there was something lighting your ass on fire to get that shit done, you would get it done. What's good, guys? It's your girl Jay Lucci back with the Park Car Conversation. If this is your first time tuning in or if you're familiar, this is a space where we just talk about real shit, real thoughts, real opinions in the comfort of a car. Because at some point, I know you've been parked up in a car and have done this. Today's episode is going to be a personal one, and I'm going to be speaking about how I've prepared myself for a better future. I can't speak on things that I haven't done or I haven't experienced. So this is just real experience, real thoughts, real opinions from within myself. So I hope whatever you can take from this, you take from this. But I'm going to give you guys some action steps as to how I have made my future better. Number one, identify your strengths and weaknesses. Guys, let me tell you, the moment I actually broke it down and realized what I'm struggling with and how to tackle that, my life has changed. In my life, there's a lot that has to be done. And on top of that, add motherhood. That's something that you can't turn off. So that is a discussion for another time. But needless to say, I am extremely busy around the clock. The things that I struggle with the most, time management and organization. Those are my weak points. And this is one thing, okay? To identify, like, I know I've always been a procrastinator. I know why I might procrastinate, the things that, have allowed me to get to the point where I am now. There's only so much I can talk about procrastination until I do something about it. And then guess what? I'm a big 28 now. If I was still struggling with procrastination, which I was, the goal for me was like, okay, it is beyond me. Some things are going to be beyond you, and you need to look for external help. So, Jafina has brought on board an assistant. And guys, in the last 3 weeks that I've had my assistant, I have done more work in the 3 weeks that I've had her. Shout out to Ache. I've done more work in those 3 weeks than I have done in the last year and a half. It just be like that sometimes. Like, you literally have to just be real with things that you struggle with. What are some of your weaknesses? And you just have to realize you don't have to be good at everything. Like, to put the pressure on yourself and think you have to be this powerhouse person and you have to handle all these things by yourself. You have to have all the knowledge. Like, look how big the world is. It's almost naive to believe that you would know everything. Use your network. Use your network. Did y'all hear me in the back? Use your network, because your network is your net worth. And what you don't know, someone else is going to know, just like this. There's some things that I know sometimes, and people are just like, I don't know how to figure that out. I couldn't. And it's like nothing to me. So sometimes just outsourcing, that information or the tools that someone else has is the best thing you can do for yourself. When we talk about network, I'm also talking about being mindful about who you have around you. This is so cliche when they said it. My dad even said it on the last episode. Show me your closest 5 friends and I'll show you who you are. We all have friends. 10 years ago, they're still doing the same thing that they are doing now. They're still in the same position and they're still complaining about their position. It's been 10 years, bud. You got some time to figure it out. If the formula wasn't working and you're still doing the same formula, it's not going to work now. And if you're constantly around people who aren't doing what you're doing or can't help you and benefit you, it's not like you're an opportunist and you can only have beneficial people around you, but it really is going to reflect in what you're doing. For example, would you take money advice from somebody who doesn't have any money? It doesn't make any sense. Would you take advice, money management skills from somebody who does not have anything to show for it? Absolutely not. If you want to be a homeowner, what are you doing talking to people who don't have a home? Go and talk to someone who's done it. Literally, people out there have the information for you. They can help you. And when you start surrounding yourself with people who are actually, doing things every day, they're educating themselves, they're growing, you're going to notice a difference in your life. And I have done the same. There's some people that couldn't come where I'm going. I promise you. Misery love company. Misery loves company. And some people, they're so miserable in their own state that they literally have their full body is just so full of their negativity that they're gonna just spill. And it might not even be intentional. It might be subconscious. Their energy, their aura is so down. It's gonna bring you down. Those type of people you can't have around you all the time. I'm not saying you have to unfriend them. But what I'm saying, you have to be careful about who is around you. People who are successful don't just say that for no reason. They just don't say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. That's a true thing. Like you have to be learning from everybody in your circle all the time. The victim mentality. Oh, let's talk about it because I'm so tired and I myself have had some victim mentality. As you can tell in my previous episodes, I had to stop using my childhood as an excuse. It was a victim mentality. Oh, you know what? This happened in my childhood, so this is the reason why I am the way I am. Okay, and do I want to continue to be that way? Absolutely not. People who are always like, you know what, this is a circumstance of this. It's even like the simple things. Like, let me break it down as simple. Oh, I used to be able to do push ups. What am I supposed to do with that information? Can you do it now? No. So, what are you doing? Do you have the ability to do it? Are your hands and your feet working? Absolutely. So, instead of like always saying, I used to be able to do something, like, just do it. Get yourself back on track. Like, especially if you are in North America. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people don't have tough circumstances. They don't have different walks of life. Obviously, I come from a privileged standpoint, even saying that. But there's some people in the world who literally have gone through hell, who have come from literally nothing. There's people who have literally had nothing to their name and have made themselves. And literally, I'm not just talking about like have gone by. They have surpassed average. Some people in the world have really made a name for themselves. So you really have to think about like, one, how much do you want it? Like, how many people on here watching this have said to themselves, I really wish I could live this lifestyle? Well, how bad did you want it? How much were you thinking about it? Because if you thought about it enough and there was something lighting your ass on fire to get that shit done, you would get it done. You have to really like think about, okay, you know what is my purpose in doing all this? Like, what can I get done? For me personally, I think about all the people in my life that I know could benefit, even if they had an extra 10, 20K. If they had an extra 10 or 20K that could just get started up on something, and if I had that extra money to just give them, what difference that would give? Because some people just need a little bit of a hand, right? And sometimes that just fuels me. Like, listen, there's people in my life that need that, and I'm going to get that. On to our next point. Words. How you speak to yourself matters. I wish I could do something. I wish I had this lifestyle. I wish. No. Change all that. I am going to. There's a 5-second rule that I've started to implement in my own life. And it's like whenever you have a thought to do something, give yourself 5 seconds. That's it. 5 seconds. And when those 5 seconds, you just get it done. Have you ever been in an instance where you're talking to somebody and you're just like, oh, what does that mean? And the other person's like, I have no idea. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Within that 5 seconds, just Google it. We have the access to our phone. You don't know something, literally within that 5 seconds. If you are thirsty and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Like, your body needs nutrients. Like, I don't want it. Within 5 seconds, just have that rule in your head. 5 seconds, get up and do it. Go back to my Instagram page. I posted a 21-day challenge where I stopped smoking weed for 21 days. And it's not that I don't like smoking weed. I actually enjoy smoking weed, but I wanted to do it for the discipline because that was something that I was struggling on. If you're comfortable, you're not going to grow. This is the thing. If you know you need to grow in certain things, you have to get uncomfortable with growing out of it and unlearning certain things. So literally, I just forced myself to do little challenges. Okay, for 21 days, I'm not going to do this. For 21 days, I'm not going to do this. X, Y, Z. I want to read at least 5 books this year. Last year, I read 0 books, and it's on camera, so y'all can hold me accountable. It's mid-year check, and to be honest, I am, 4 months in? I've still read 0. 3 months in, I've still read 0 books, so I got another 9. So I'm going to hold myself accountable. Accountability. I know in a previous episode we have spoken about boundaries, and boundaries is obviously, putting your foot down where you can draw your line, how much you can take. But accountability, you have to be accountable for the shit that you do wrong, for your weaknesses, for the company that you keep. You are the only person that can drive the steering wheel in your life. Like, you are the only person that is in control of your life, your mind. You're the only person that's ever going to be in your own thoughts. You're the only person that's ever going to make your feet move. You are the only person. So listen, you better be in tune with that. Spend the time and do whatever you got to take to know yourself. And during this time, let me tell you guys, like, this last few months has been the most influential few months I've had in a very long time. Shit happens, but this is bounce back season, and I'm not going to make an excuse for me anymore. When when you see the Park Hard Conversation dropping more consistently, it's because my team is on my ass. My team is behind me saying, no, this is your film date. You're going to show up here, whether or not like this guest, da da da, you're going to film and you are going to post it on Sunday. So whether you're going to, do whatever on the weekend, you just make sure that that episode's out. And that's what building my team has done for me. Shout out my assistant, shout out my brand manager, shout out my videographer, because together when we're on a call, like I know I leave that call being like, I have support, because guess what? Four brains are going to be better than one. Take care of your body. You can do everything in life the right way, but if your health gives up on you, what did you do it all for? If you are abusing your body and not being good to it and putting bad stuff in your body all the time and not working out and not exercising, what I'm really saying, I'm like, exercise. What that has done for me, if you see me, I literally am in the gym 3 times a week and I got myself a trainer for accountability. Because I know myself, I've started and stopped 100 times with fitness. And that's fine. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've done the same thing too. You start, you fall off, and then it's hard to get back into the groove of things. But getting somebody to hold myself accountable, just like my team who's on my ass, making sure that this video drops on Sunday, even if I have a busy weekend, whatever the case is, like those things are going to matter. And take care of your health. You have to. You have to prioritize health, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So if you have, your brain's a little bit foggy, a lot of mental things going on, you're a little bit frustrated, I tell everybody, have you started working out? Because if you haven't started like releasing that dopamine, if you haven't started like getting that stuff like out of your body, then there's nothing else to talk about. You need to start there. Don't take things personal. When people are telling you about yourself, aka me, like I have had very important people. Actually, it was my ex that used to tell me all the time, Jafina, anytime someone tells you about yourself, you don't like to hear it. And you know what it was? Jafina, you love to, you're a mother and you have all these things, but you can make time for fun. Jafina can make time for fun for sure, because I need it. But what about my future? How bad do I want the future that I have? So I have to prioritize fun and play, and play and actual work. So not all the time can you just have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun. Like you literally need a time in your life where you're like, okay, listen, I know I might have to miss out on this little party. I might have to miss out on this thing, but I'm focused right now. Right now I can't talk. Accountability. I need to do a better job at writing it down, because in my brain I make a mental note. Okay, after I drop Z to daycare, then this hour I'm gonna do this, 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 this. I think it's gonna be beneficial for me as well as someone else out there to just write it down. Write out your actual hours, hour by hour, because you will start to realize how much hours you actually F off just scrolling, just doing purposeless things, right? And so just be mindful of those things. Start there. That's a good starting list, because that's pretty much where I'm at. And I promise you guys, this season, take off. We're taking off. You got to do the groundwork. And so I just wanted to share with somebody out there, because maybe this is just a check-in for myself to kind of update you guys where I'm at, but also for a little like reminder, like a little kick in the ass for someone who's watching this. Like, listen, if you're struggling to make a different move, if you're struggling to see differences in progress in your life, start doing these things and you will absolutely notice a difference. But you have to do the work. And the only person you cheat when you cheat on this is yourself. Peace.